Alright gamers, my name is Aiden Sensei, and for today's lesson we're going to be going over something that, well, it's a bit more indulgent, not really a lesson now, would it be? It's something that I've wanted to make into like a YouTube community post for the longest time, but I felt like if I did make it, it'd be kind of rambly and just kind of go on for too long. So I figured, yeah, since I have this new format for the Uncut channel where I'm doing these slideshow presentations just like the good old days, when I was like 13. Well, yeah, I figured I would use this as an opportunity to talk about the fact that I want to be a VTuber TBH, but I'm also broke as fuck. So, I figured I could use this as an opportunity to just kind of talk about, my concepts for wanting to be a VTuber, along with just kind of what it would entail, what ideas I have, the pros and cons of just doing it to begin with, because it's obviously very risky with how expensive it is, and from a practicality standpoint, it's actually just a good idea for me to just not do it, but I also want to do it, so fuck it, alright? I just want to do it. And that's kind of what my first slide is about, is the why do I want a VTuber model, going over the pros and cons of why I think doing so would be something that could be beneficial for me. Now, the biggest pro is that I'd be able to have a representation of myself, because, like, I stay anonymous online. It's not really an insecurity thing. I'm fine with the way I look. I look fine. It's more of just protecting my anonymity thing, because I want to keep my internet life and my personal life private. They are two different realms, two different layers of existence for me, where in my personal life in personal life and online life, I have to keep myself under wraps when it comes to different types of things, but on the internet I can be a lot more open about like my hobbies, what I'm interested in, just being able to gush over things like a little kid, because I enjoy doing that. And like, I don't really want that side of me to be presented with my face, because then that would bleed into my own personal life, and I just don't really want that. It just sounds like a pain in the ass. Like, the way I express myself online, I want to be different from the way that I express myself in person. But the thing is that because of that, I can only represent myself with PNGs of copyrighted characters. Like how I'm doing right now with, because my friend Plasma introduced me to this thing called Reactive that allows me to use my Discord PFP, to sort of like sort of give myself like a little model or PNG that can represent my speaking, and I figured, yeah, that sounds like fun. May as well do that for these videos until I can get a model. The thing with a VTuber model though is that they're a lot more expressive. I can get a lot more creative with concepts, and generally I find that to be kind of beautiful. The way that I can represent myself close to how an actual face would be able to represent itself, but with something that would allow me to stay anonymous, which I appreciate a lot, because I value my anonymity quite a lot. And then, of course, something that, because of that, the uncut videos here become a lot better, because honestly, the slideshow format doesn't look awful. It has some effort put into it, but it's not like it has that much effort put into it. It's not that visually interesting. These videos are background noise. However, they become a little bit easier to stomach as non-background noise if I have an actual model that's moving and talking. And of course, another part of that is that I'd probably stream again. I'm a little debating on it though, because I have a very, very dark, fucked up sense of humor. And like, I'd be giving FaZe Connect members a run for their fucking money with some of the jokes I've made on stream in the past. Just to put it that way. There's a reason I don't stream that much. Cause like, some of the shit I say getting taken out of context, ugh. But yeah, another aspect too is that, and of course all the stuff I have here is very much a potential thing and not like I expect it to happen, because I don't expect becoming a VTuber to expand my audience. I don't expect it to give me merchandising opportunities, and I don't expect it to give me fan art. Because those aren't things I'm entitled to. They're things that, they're not things that I'm entitled to. I worded it perfectly the first time. I don't know why I was trying to expand my point. Because, like, I'm doing this for myself, mostly, just because I think it would be cool. Not because I actually expect it to be a good idea, because I know, objectively speaking, it's a really, really bad idea because of how expensive it is. Because I'm not going to be able to make the money back when it comes to a choice like this. I know that going in, and I'm fine with that. But that's ultimately the biggest reason why this is gonna have to wait months upon months, and it's because it's expensive. Because I don't currently pay bills yet. I'm lucky enough to live with my parents, but, well, my dad. But I will be moving out soon. It depends on like my friends' availability when it comes to that, because I'm not living alone. I can't live alone. When the world is this fucking expensive right now. And then, of course, deciding on a concept is something that might take some time, because I have two concept ideas that I am interested in the idea of. I think I'm about equally split on both, so deciding on one is going to be difficult. And that's why I'm making this video, so I can gauge an idea from the comment section on which idea is preferred. From my audience, and then the final con is that Twitter is potentially something I need, because I brought this stuff up to Plasma, who knows much more about VTubers than I do, because I'm more of a casual VTuber observer. Like, I'll watch the occasional clip, I'll listen to some artists on Spotify who are VTubers. Suise has a lot of good songs. Listen to a lot of Shion's music. And Gargara obviously has a great singing voice too. Oh yeah, Mori Clive, he's another good VTuber artist. But anyway, tangents aside, I'm so fucking rambly. This is why I have the bullet points, by the way, because I just go on some fucking autistic spiel about some random bullshit otherwise. Plasma was telling me that a lot of VTubers use Twitter for engagement, to gain audiences, to fish for fan art, pretty much. But personally, I think I can go without using Twitter. Because Twitter's a shithole. A website where people think that their opinions are important. That's kind of gonna just naturally breed the worst kinds of people imaginable. It's not really getting into the Elon stuff either, because the site was a shithole even before Elon. It's just like, I don't really want to engage with something like that, and I think I'm able to avoid engaging with it too, because if anyone does want to submit fan art, then they can just ping me on their YouTube community tab, which is, I've actually seen that happen with YouTubers who don't use social media. Like, there's this a really new storytime channel called Miyu Tells Tales, who doesn't have like Twitter or anything, so people use Discord to send their fan art. Not Discord, people use YouTube to, like, the YouTube post feature to send their fan art. And like, yeah, that would probably work fine for me, because I don't need to use Twitter or anything like that. I just hate Twitter. I hate social media in general. Aside from Discord, you will not see me online at all. Again, because I value my anonymity. I really don't like how public something like Facebook or Instagram is. Like, how do people feel so comfortable sharing their personal lives on the internet? Something that anyone can see. Just feels so fucking invasive. Granted, again, I am a more private person, so. So yeah, I think I can avoid using Twitter, but the fact that I even had to consider downloading that godforsaken app is, it's definitely a con, the fact that I even had to think about it. Anyway, let's get into the concepts, because that's the fun shit. Yeah, so my first concept is a sociopathic Tumblr Sexyman with a long history of violence, and I like this idea, because it's something that I feel like would represent, I think it's something that would represent me decently, maybe. Well, it would definitely represent the unhinged side of me, at least. Which I think is something that could be a lot of fun for, like, live streams. And I think the main reason why I like this idea is because it's very similar to Goro Akechi from Persona 5, who is the profile picture of my Uncut channel, the channel you're watching right now. And I think that works perfectly fine too, because Akechi is one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. He is a character who it's one of those characters where I'm like, God damn it, why do I relate to this guy? This sucks. Cause he's kind of a piece of shit. But again, that's what makes him such a fascinating, compelling character. Just one of the most well-written characters I've seen ever. Which is funny too, because it wasn't until Persona 5 Royal that he became as well-written as he is. I liked him in Vanilla too. Which I feel like I'm one of the 2 people who actually liked him in Vanilla. But, like, your headcanoning has to do a lot of the heavy lifting in Vanilla, because, like, that Vanilla P5 doesn't do shit to properly develop Akechi until oh no, suddenly he, turns out to be this, and it just kind of comes out of left field. In Persona 5 Royal, that moment actually feels earned, because of how drastically they changed his Confidant. Again, that is just... again, I went on a ramble again. I know I'm a very rambly person. I'll probably keep it in the video, though. Because whenever I'm speaking passionately about something, I think that's an infectious thing. I think people enjoy that. Obviously, I think the biggest point, the biggest pro with this is that, like, a concept like this suits my voice very well. Because my voice is very deep. So, of course, going for a male character instead of trying to be a cute anime girl, works better for my voice. It just works better for my voice, because my voice is so deep. Part of me kind of doesn't like just how deep my voice is, because I wish I could have more vocal range and have more variety in the types of voices that I can do. But people generally seem to like deep voices, so I'd say I'm doing okay. Oh yeah, okay, this is yet another thing that's gonna sound completely rambly, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway. It wasn't until very recently that I started digging into, like, the pirate software drama, because I just hadn't come across them at all beforehand. I just didn't give a shit. But I figured, fuck it, everyone's talking about this, so I'll use my day off from work to see what the fuck is going on with this. And apparently he uses a voice changer to make his voice sound deeper. Like, why? And, like, I realized because I was fucking baffled when I found out about this. Like, why can't you just be comfortable with your own voice? Be comfortable with who you are? And then that made me realize, oh wait, but I'm also saying that through the perspective of someone who has a really deep voice. So in a sense, I am objectively privileged when it comes to something like that. So I guess that's something that's humbling for me to figure out, the fact that, like, hey, I got lucky to have this deep voice that everyone seems to at least tolerate. I'm not sure if people like my voice or not. Honestly, I have mixed feelings on my voice, but I'm just insecure about everything, so... But I still create anyway, because I love doing it. And then, of course, the final thing about this is that this concept just sounds really fun to portray. Like, imagine me going off on stream saying the edgiest shit imaginable with this as my character. That sounds so fucking fun. I probably would start streaming again with this concept. I think, I didn't mention it in the cons, but one con that wasn't on my notes is the fact that I don't really have an actual design planned. I'm just like, oh, the personality will be like Akechi, without thinking about how I want to visually distinguish him from Akechi, because I obviously can't just do Akechi, right? So that's something I'm gonna have to be creative with, assuming that this is the concept that you guys end up preferring. And then the other thing is that just, like, it's just not as marketable going for a male character over a female character. And, like, the reasoning for this is obvious, right? Most VTuber watchers are straight men. They don't want to look at some male character, right? I get it. It's just human nature. And then, of course, I feel like if I wanted to lean into being more marketable, then I probably had to go the thirst trap route, and that sounds unmistakably cringe. That sounds ridiculously cringe. I couldn't picture myself doing that. It's just, I'd probably kill myself. Anyway, the other concept I had, though, one that I think is definitely on the more marketable side, is a magical girl concept where I'm like the mascot character, like on the right, Kyubey. Don't let that face confuse you, by the way. Madoka Magica is such a fucking dark show. And I feel like there really aren't that many cons with this one, but there are a couple of pros. The main pro is that it's very easily marketable, like, because it's a cute anime girl. People want to look at a cute anime girl. The concept is mostly unique. I have taken the concept from a couple of other channels, like I know that Oridays has a very similar concept. There's this, I don't remember the name, but there's like this one like octopus dude who has a very similar concept to this too. That's actually where I got the idea from. So kudos to that person. I felt like the main way to distinguish this, though, would be to go with the magical girl idea, because I haven't seen that be done with any VTubers so far. And like the main reason why I'd want to portray my voice through a mascot character instead of a cute anime girl is like, I don't know, I guess Rev is a decent example. Like Rev's model is cute, but at the same time, I can't think of it as cute because his deep ass voice is portraying it. So like, his deep voice ruins any moe potential in his VTuber model, is essentially the point I'm trying to make. If my deep ass voice was portraying an anime girl, then I'd just go with a male VTuber model at that point. But through making my deep ass voice be used for the mascot character, I feel like that would make it less painful for me. Although mascot characters generally have higher pitched voices too, so maybe that wouldn't be the best idea, but fuck it. I like the idea of the magical girl concept because it is very unique. I actually got this concept probably about 10 months ago, when I was making a video about a magical girl series. It was the Magical Girl Evil Lieutenant one, that I made a video on. So I'm like, oh yeah, that idea sounds really cool. It made me realize, oh, the only magical girl shows I've actually watched are either deconstructions or parodies. I don't think I've seen like a single like straight take on the genre, which like I probably don't need to anyway, because a straight take on the magical girl genre is obviously not for me, because like I'm not the target audience for that. But I also like trying out every genre of anime, so I might try one of those out sometime, eventually. Who knows? And then the only real flaw I could see with this is that it could maybe not be as representative of myself as like a male character. But like my username kind of makes up for that. And that was a point that Plasma brought up to me, because I was trying to think of any cons for this idea. I really couldn't, because I think there are a lot. The pro to con ratio for this concept is much better than the other concept. But I'm still kind of split on both of them, because the pro of using a male character over a female one, I think, is a pretty high one as well. The one pro that I hadn't talked about yet, despite it being the first bullet point, is that it would better suit my main channel, PFP. And if I were to go with this concept, I would make the anime girl resemble Azusa from K-On!, because that is my current PFP for the main channel. It'll probably stay that way until I get a VTuber model, because Azusa is, of course, my favorite anime character. And I think through having the model resemble her, it would make it a lot easier of a transition between PFPs, because not a ton would end up changing. Obviously, I'd make the design distinct. I'd go for like a different outfit, probably a slightly different hairstyle too. Although like the signature like twin-tailed look would still be the same, because of course I want to keep the resemblance. I think the idea that, and I actually have an idea for like potential lore with this one too, unlike the other one where I don't really have any lore ideas. For this one, I think making like the anime girl be like on the shy side. I think could be a good justification for the fact that she doesn't speak at all. But yeah, I get the feeling that if I were to go for a VTuber model, that this is the concept that would most likely be the one that the comment section would end up appreciating the most. Which makes sense. It does make sense. I like the other concept too, but this one seems just more overall solid. But yeah, I think I forgot to make an outro slide, so... Yeah, I forgot to make an outro slide. How wonderful. I'm really good at my job, guys. So yeah, I guess that's all I really had to say for this one. Of course, I can't, I gotta exit this real quick, to show you guys the Patreon. So I do have a Patreon if you want to donate. That is always an option. All donations are always very highly appreciated, because I put a lot of effort into my main channel videos, not as much into the videos here, but I still put some level of effort into them. Like I do go into the editing software, cut out some fluff, I cut out some fluff, I add some music, do a little bit of keyframing, just like very basic editor shit. So like I have been putting effort into these videos as well, with like, obviously the slides take a little bit of time too. Anyway, I'm just getting rambly again. I want to thank my Phantom tier patron Squizzy, and my Confidant patrons Regimania and Eternum. I thank you all very much for your continued support on these videos. It means a lot to me. Like, yeah, it'll... Patreon money is actually probably what I'm going to be mostly using for funding the VTuber model, which is partially why I'm plugging it too, because your support will go directly into not only a potential model, but also potential video related things, software and shit that I could maybe buy. I haven't thought of anything related to that yet, so I'm mostly just saving up for the model. But yeah, so the Patreon money is always appreciated. Anyway, I'll see you all. I'll see you all later. I wish I was better at outros. Jesus Christ.